Hey, bonjour tout le monde. Aujourd'hui, j'ai le plaisir de vous présenter l'hommage à Ferdinand Gagnon qui a eu lieu le 20 mai dernier à Manchester dans le parc Lafayette. Je sais qu'il y avait beaucoup de pluie, on n'était pas très nombreux. Par contre, il y avait Timothée Beaulieu avec nous, Mélodie Desjardins, Jessie Martineau, John Tousignan et moi-même, Luc Trépanier. Alors, bon vision.
Hello, my name is Jesse Martineau. I'm actually from right here in Manchester, New Hampshire. I host the French-Canadian Legacy podcast, a podcast that explores the past, present, and future of Franco-American cultural identity, primarily here in New England, but also throughout the entire United States. I'm also the president of a new corporation called Heritage, and Heritage exists to send young Franco-Americans up to Quebec so they can hopefully acquire some of the language skills that would allow them to have even better connection with their cultural identity. We're here at the Ferdinand Gagnon statue at Lafayette Park in Manchester, New Hampshire, which was a big meeting place for the Franco-American community when this area of town was known as the Petit Canada. This was the heart of the French West Side when this place was at its peak, directly across the street from St. Marie's Church, which is a real focal point for the Franco community here on the West Side. It had a school attached to it. It's also the same group that started the school and the church that started a hospital that is now one of the bigger hospitals in the region. It's called Catholic Medical Center. At the time, it was called Notre Dame. Also, it's the same group, the same priest, essentially, who started the very first credit union in the United States and a giant cemetery called Mount Calvary Cemetery on the west side. So this region was incredibly active. It was really the heart of the Franco-American community, and that priest, Monsignor Ave, he's the same guy who actually brought the Franco population to Lewiston, Maine, but he's buried within viewing distance of where I stand now here on the west side of Manchester.
So super excited. So I'm Tim Beaulieu, do the New Hampshire Pretend Fest, work with Rev de Gagnon with Luc. Super excited to be at the Ferdinand Gagnon statue here on the west side of Manchester. I'm wearing Luc's flag here just to make sure we don't get it wet in the rain today. Luc and I started the Rev de Gagnon group back in 2020. We were just, shooting the breeze to do something to kind of like, there goes some water, continue Ferdinand's dream, kind of, as we call it, where bringing Franco-Americans and Quebecois, or at the time French Canadians, whatever you'd want to call it, together again. So this is the first time we've done this. Come down here on May 20th, which is actually Lafayette Day in New Hampshire. Interesting. So it's kind of cool that we're actually completing his dream, where you have like fully American, which is me, Franco-Americans becoming friends and reuniting with family from Quebec. So a little shout out to old Ferdy over here. Great to be on the west side representing the mill workers of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. And then we have obviously Jesse with the Manchester mill workers. Then obviously I'll say Melody with the Nashua mill workers. So it's kind of interesting. We have a smaller group, but representing a lot of stuff.
At the Gagnon statue here in Lafayette Park. Coincidentally, it's Lafayette Day, but I think today is more of Gagnon Day. I've got the Franco-American flag here. I feel exhilarated. I feel good. I just love that we have people that are interested in Franco-American culture here in New England. So, I was happy to come by. So I'm so glad that everybody's here. And, I look forward to maybe having more Gagnon days in the future. Check out my blog, Modern Francos. I'm Mélodie Desjardins. Merci beaucoup.
Bonjour, je m'appelle John Tousignan et ça fait grand plaisir d'être avec le Rêve de Gagnon aujourd'hui à Manchester. Vraiment, à Manchester, comme on voit ici, il y a beaucoup de francophones, mais il suit l'exemple des Canadiens français qui sont descendus pour travailler dans les usines et pour contribuer à l'État de New Hampshire. Alors, c'est vraiment un plaisir de célébrer Ferdinand Gagnon, un journaliste qui a très bien promu la connexion entre les Franco-Américains et les Canadiens français, surtout au Québec. Et on va s'amuser malgré la température. Merci beaucoup.
Bonjour tout le monde, on est en direct de Manchester au Parc Lafayette pour rendre un hommage à Ferdinand Gagnon. Et ce qui est intéressant là-dedans, c'est que Ferdinand Gagnon, même s'il est né à Saint-Hyacinthe en 1849, j'avais aucune idée qui était ce personnage. Et dans le fond, c'est mes amis franco-américains qui m'ont fait découvrir Ferdinand Gagnon. Dans le fond, il est déménagé à l'âge de 17 ans. Il a habité brièvement à Manchester, mais par la suite, dans le fond, il a passé le reste de sa vie à Worcester, Massachusetts. Il est décédé jeune, à l'âge de 36 ans, mais c'est un des pères fondateurs d'un journal franco-américain. Et voilà, fait que c'est ce qui m'amène ici aujourd'hui de cette passion, c'est de la découverte du monde des Franco-Américains. Souvent au Québec, on pense qu'on est les seuls en Amérique qui parlons français et qui donnons de l'importance sur le français. Pas du tout. Il y a des gens qui, dans le fond, à travers le Canada, comme Mélodie Desjardins a démontré, je savais même pas qu'il y avait autant de communautés francophones à travers le Canada. Et d'autres comme Tim Beaulieu, Jessie, Claire-Marie Brisson et d'autres qui démontrent qu'il y a des communautés encore francophones à travers les États-Unis.